What's going on, everyone? SiNxRealize, aka Sin, aka Sinx, aka the thing you wash your hands in, and I am your coach for the Toronto Tyrantrums. And this is our week 1 of the DBL draft league. This week we are going to be facing off against OldSchoolSin, aka the lesser Sin, aka the lame Sin, aka whatever Sin is worse than me. But if you guys missed my draft analysis, make sure you guys go check that out. I'll make sure to put a card up in the corner. And I'll also make sure to leave a link to OldSchoolSin in the description down below. And his team is the Cedar Rapids Thundurus. Yeah, the Cedar Rapids Thundurus. So make sure you guys check him out over on his channel. As I said, link in the description. But for this week, I'm actually so excited for this league because it's not NU. So we actually get to use some power. We get to use power here, folks. Power, I say. So the first thing we are planning on bringing for this is our good old Arthur, the Needle King. We made him extra bulky, extra HP going into him. We're making him a special attacker, as you can see from his moveset. Gave him a bit of speed as well to make him at least outspeed a couple things. And give him sheer force, because sheer force is it's beautiful. Essentially, attacks that have additional effects have an extra 1.3 amount of power, and the effects won't go off. So Sledge Wave is going to do 1.3%. Ice Beam is going to do 1.3. Flamethrower is going to do 1.3 because they all have a chance to do something, which is fantastic. And then, as you guys can see the stats there, essentially we're going to use this thing to make sure that we can get up the stealth rocks, which we're going to be trying to get that out as fast as possible. And then essentially Needle King is there to stop Tapu Koko from really doing anything to me. Of course, we have Black Sludge, so we can at least heal up a little bit more. Sludge Wave should, well, most likely KO it or something. But yeah, that's really about it for the Needle King. That's his job there, to help deal with the Koko for rocks. And then we have number 1, the Rotom Fan. I've actually never used a Rotom. What's kind of weird is, like, I don't know if I said this in the draft analysis, but the fact that it's flying and has levitate is kind of a little bit of a turn off, to be honest. But honestly, Rotom Fan is one of our best checks for the Hawlucha. We decided to give it the Charity Berry so that way it can survive a I believe it's a +2 Stone Edge, which is fantastic. What a Charity Berry with a +2 Stone Edge from a Hawlucha does about like 44 to about 54, give or take. And then we're rocking out with a Thunderbolt, because that should easily KO the Hawlucha. But that also really depends on how much HP is going to be going into Sin's Hawlucha. But it's most likely going to hurt a lot. And yeah, that's honestly really about it. We have Volt Switch, of course, so we can pivot. We have Air Slash if he brings his Mega Venusaur. We have Will-O-Wisp, so that way we can cut things attacks in half. So like, if Hawlucha hypothetically does manage to get his 2 Swords Dance off, bop him with the Will-O-Wisp, done. He's not. I will be untouchable. And then we have max HP, max defense, with a little bit of an investment in special attack to at least put in that work. Of course, defense is for rock moves specifically, because those will hurt like a son of a bitch. And of course, we gotta make them pretty bulky. And then the next one we have is Crush the Blastoise. Pretty much we're bringing this because let's see here. Honestly, it's probably one of the best. It's probably our best check for since our Manatan, and it can also help a little bit checking the Caesar. We're going to be bringing Toxic just in case if he does bring Vaporeon or Palossand, because both of which are stupid bulky. We're going to be bringing Ice Beam just in case if he... Wait, did I bring Ice Beam? No, I did not. But but we're bringing Scald, of course, because it's Scald, it's stab, it has a chance to burn, so that pretty much gives us that. I decided to give it rapid spin, so that way if he does get rocks up, I can do that, so that way Rowan Fan won't be touched by it. We have Roar, which will be really good to just like keep doing rock damage if possible. We give it the Rocky Helmet, so that way when it eats a hit, it'll at least do some more chip damage to them as well. We did make this thing physically bulky as well, giving it the last bit of investment in its special attack. Giving it a plus defense, so that way it can eat a lot of hits. Yeah, that's pretty much about it for the Blastoise. It's mainly there to get rid of hazards and all that good. And then we're bringing Fluffy the Entei. This is actually my first time using Entei. Actually, it's my first time using a lot of these mons in a competitive format. So I'm honestly really excited to be able to use them. So for this, we're running Scarf, so that way it can outspeed the Noivern and the Tapu Koko. And if I really want, I can just spam Sacred Fire. To be straight honest, just spam Sacred Fire. Entei definitely checks for the Scizor as well. We're bringing Toxic as well to try to maybe catch the Vaporeon on the switch, and if he brings that. We're also bringing E-Speed as well, just so that way we can guarantee that we're outspeeding and KO. Stone Edge is pretty much just for the Noivern, essentially, because super effective, it'll deal a good amount. Of course, we're giving it max attack, max speed, with a little bit of Spadef bulk there, because a lot of the water moves are special, so we might as well give it a little bit of bulk with the special. And then next we have Wireless the Virizion. This time we're giving it the Psych UMC for that sweet Zen Headbutt. But pretty much, as long as I can get Koko, Noivern, and if you bring Scarf Darmanitan, as long as I can get them out of the way, we will be golden. Because if I set up one Swords Dance, he's done. That's pretty much about it. As soon as I get the 2 Swords Dance, I can pretty much do a Z Headbutt that'll take out the Mega Venusaur, no problem. Also does a pretty decent amount to Gligar and it can Oko the Vaporeon. I did think about bringing Quick Attack, but I don't think it's really necessary if we have E-Speed on Entei. But there's really no point of it, because it doesn't really do too much to the mons that I essentially need gone. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. We have Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade will be able to land those sweet crits. Of course, we're going with his only ability, Justified. So if I swap so if I predict the Dark move perfectly, he is getting that sweet +1 as well. And then we have the Close Combat for Stab. And if we take a look at his stats, we gave him a little bit of HP bulk too. We did make him a bit speedy. We didn't give him max, but we did give him enough. And then we have max attack, so that way we can hit as hard as we possibly can, rocking out with the Jolly Nature as well, since we don't need any special attack for this. And the last one we are bringing, and I'm super excited to bring it, is Lusamine, our Mega Gardevoir. Of course, it's not Mega in here, but I wanted to make sure that it was all set up. So of course it's holding the Gardevoir right. We're giving it Trace, so that way it can pretty much, it helps me scout out the ability that he has. Because I don't really know most of their abilities, so I'd really have to watch for that. I apologize for that yawn. Oof. But pretty much we're gonna be rocking with the substitute Gardevoir. It pretty much it'll help break his team down a little bit more. Especially since he doesn't have, I don't think he really has a whole lot to be able to deal with the Mega Gardevoir. And behind the sub, I can get like probably at least 1 KO, maybe 2 tops. Fortunately, it doesn't. I don't think it'll really be able to OHKO anything. But he doesn't have. He won't have a single safe swap in for this at all. I did think about running HP Fire over it, but I figured we might as well bring the T-Bolt, because one, if I get this thing out in electric terrain, its T-Bolt is going to be boosted, and the Vaporeon won't be really any issue. It'll OHKO, or it'll make it easier for me to take it out. But the only issue with the Gardevoir is that it's a whole Cedar, but I could just go into Fluffy and it won't be that big of a deal. And of course we have almost max speed there. We're going with Timid, lower the attack, of course, because we don't need that attack. We gave it a little bit of bulk as well for its substitute, as well as giving it some defense, some 4 EVs in defense, and then the rest was we're just going into the attack. But yeah, honestly that's about it for us today. I'm not too sure if he's going to be doing a team builder at all, but if he does, regardless, I'll be leaving a link to the to OldSchoolSin's channel in the description down below. And make sure you guys hit the subscribe button on him as well. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys are hyped for the first week of the DBL and for me to 6-0 this man, I got that confidence though. I'm gonna do it. I am gonna destroy this man. I will prove to him that I am the better Sin. Fucking, if you're watching this right now, Sin, I'm a god. You cannot beat me. But anyways, that is it for me today. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell so you're notified whenever a video goes up. And if you guys are hyped as well, make sure you guys hit that like button as well. And in the comment section down below, let me know what your guys' favorite team member that I am bringing is. But on that note, I'm going to head on out of here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.